Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about cats. Particular about Persian cats. Maybe you're thinking about getting a cat or getting a Persian cat. So here I want to tell you all the facts you need to know before getting your cat, what you're getting yourself into, and what you need to prepare for. So I will talk about how much money you need to plan in for your cat, about health, care, and basically characteristics of your Persian cat. So let's just jump right into the video. And first of all, let me introduce you to my beautiful Persian cat. So this is Gucci. She's a 1-year-old Persian cat, and you can see she has this beautiful round face, a flat nose, and long fur. So cats are probably one of the most popular pet all around the world. I've heard recently that like second famous around all of the globe. So Persian cats are one of the oldest breeds of cats. They are very popular and they are really good pets. So what you need to know is that they are average, not average size, they get a little bit bigger. Females can reach up to 8 kilograms and males can reach up to 10 kilograms. So you need to keep that in mind before you get your Persian cat. Also, let's just jump into food. Persian cats require not really a special kind of food, but it's a little bit better for them if you get special Persian food, because there are breeds of Persian cats who have like a normal nose, but the let's say traditional Persian cat or the most recent popular has this flattened nose. So they struggle a little bit with some kinds of food. So if you like get your dry food and you make sure it's especially for Persian cats, they will have much less struggle and you don't need to worry, and they will get all the vitamins they need, especially for their long coat. So I would recommend to use special Persian food. For the wet food, also I will make sure it's a high quality food. So make sure there's a lot of meat in there, that they get their proteins. You can also cook for your Persian cat once a week maybe, if you say you don't want to cook every day. If you cook for your cat, make sure that of course there's no salt involved or like pepper or anything. You can just easily, if you like cooked chicken for yourself, just make an extra pot of chicken, but just cook it in water. And they will love it. Also make sure if you give your cat like human food, that you see what kind of food you give them. You can feed them raw meat, but only chicken, beef, duck, basically rabbit, everything except of pork. You cannot feed pork raw to your cat, because there's some kind of bacteria inside the raw pork meat that can make your cat very sick. So keep that in mind and make sure you have a healthy diet for your cat like you would for yourself. Don't stick only to one food, and make sure they have all the nutrition they need. If you get your cat as a kitten, of course make sure you have like special kitten food, or if you're more interested in feeding your cat barf, so like only raw meat and natural ingredients, make sure you have some special powder to get all the nutrients the cat needs for growing up. So next I want to talk about caring for a Persian cat. Um, they need a lot of care. You have to have that in mind. They have a very thick coat, they have a very thick underlayer to their coat, and they require daily grooming. Some people say every 2 days is okay, but my experience, I would recommend daily grooming because, as you can see, their fur is very, very thick. And they tend to have knots in their fur, and if you don't groom them regularly, they will be very hard to get out, and you have to probably cut them off. So yeah, that's something you want to avoid, and also make sure you groom them properly. So what you need to keep in mind for a Persian cat also is that they have because of the short nose, they have this, you can see black around their eyes. This is like dirt, kind of dirt that gets pushed through their nose because it's so shortened through their eyes. So you have to clean that. If you don't clean it, you risk your cat can have an eye infection. So definitely want to avoid that. I would recommend to use something like this. It's specially for pets, so it won't hurt their eyes, it won't burn. And you basically just put this on a piece of paper, something soft, and gently clean down the eyes. Also, what you need for grooming your Persian cat is a normal brush. Sorry, it's a little bit dirty. Just to get through all the layer of the fur. And after, you can have like a comb to also make sure you get everything out, to get rid of the loose fur, and also for the face area to make sure you also brush here, the top, and especially down here. So also Persian cats are perfect cats to live in the city or in a flat because they don't tend to have this urge to go out. So if you live in a city or if you don't want to risk to take your cat outside because you have bad experience or anything, it's a perfect breed for you because they really don't want to go out that much. So they are perfectly happy just in a flat. If you have a balcony, they enjoy that, but they really don't need it. So because they don't go out, or if they don't go out, you also need to make sure that their claws stay nice and healthy, because for my cat, for example, she's really lazy. She just won't take care of her claws alone. So I need to cut them. So make sure you have a clipper to cut your cat's toenails. What's really not a big act, if you get used, or if you get your cat used to it from she's a baby, that really won't be a struggle. And if your cat goes out, or if your cat is anyway taking care of it itself, like if it likes to scratch, you don't need to do it probably, but keep that in mind. You might need to cut the claws, sorry. So next I want to talk about health of Persian cats. For Persian cats, you need to keep in mind that because of their flat nose, they could have breathing issues. So make sure you get your cat from a breeder who has a lot of experience, and who really takes care of that issue, so you don't get a cat who has this kind of health issue with their nose. The nose should be between their eyes, and the nose shouldn't be too flat, because you really don't want a cat what has breathing issues from a young age. That can cause further issues, because they have to breathe heavily. Yeah. Oh my god, what a difficult word. They will get heart issues later on. So you want to make sure you get your Persian cat from a responsible breeder. Make sure they can breathe on their own. They can breathe without problems. You can also see a healthy Persian cat, sorry sweetie, will have her mouth closed. So as you can see, she has her mouth totally closed, and there's no issue with her breathing. Persian cats who have breathing issues will tend to have their mouth slightly open. So take care of that. That's a clearly warning sign. And also, as I kind of mentioned before, they tend to have eye infections if you don't clean that regularly. So just take care of that, and you can prevent the eye infections. Otherwise, they are very healthy cats, and you kind of want to make sure that you really are ready for responsibility like that, because Persian cats, they can live up to 20 years, so make sure you're really ready to make that kind of commitment before you get one. Any pet, make sure you want to make the commitment. So after health, of course, what you also should mind for your Persian cat, what I kind of forgot talking about food, is because of their short face, they have problems eating from a bowl like this. So for water it's totally fine, for the dry food it's totally fine, but especially for wet food or anything like meat they want to pick up, they kind of struggle with containers like that. So you want to get something more flat. So like this, you see it's more like a plate shaped. So they don't have to dip in really deep with their face, because they don't really like to have their whole face covered in food. Understandable. So they will have it a lot more convenient and easier if you take a bowl like this for feeding. So after that, also make sure your cat has toys to play with. Mostly, like every cat, Persian also like to play with anything they can hunt, they can catch. They don't really need a lot of entertainment, because they are more of a quiet cat breed. So maybe 20 minutes a day is enough. Some Persian cats don't like to play at all, so keep that in mind. They're not the most active cat breed, but of course you want to have toys for your cat. So let's talk about what interests you the most is the characteristic of a Persian cat. Persian cats are one of the most popular breeds all around the world since many, many years. Like I told you at the beginning, one of the oldest cat breeds, because they are very, very loving. They are kind of like dog cats, so they will follow you around. They are very talkative. They will wait for you to come home from work at the door. They're really gentle, and they're also very good with kids, with babies, with other pets. They don't require a lot of space, so they are very, very, very gentle cats. And they kind of like, they don't even scratch. Of course, it's like a personality thing, but my experience, or anyone's, probably Persian cats are so gentle and so nice to have. They like to cuddle. They just love to snuggle. They will always want to snuggle. So if you want a cat who's more like a dog, follows you around, who just wants to be with you all the time, Persian cat might be the cat for you. They are very social, as you can see. Like, they are very close to their humans. They form a very, very close bond. So you want to make sure your Persian cat is not going to be lonely. If you cannot provide a lot of time for your cat, if you say you live alone, you work out 8-9 hours a day, you cannot have a Persian cat stay alone at home every day for that long time of period, because they will get lonely and they will suffer from mental illness. So they need stimulation, and you can get 2 Persian cats, or if you're a family, it's totally fine to have one. Of course, keep in mind there are cats who have different personalities. Maybe you get an old cat who's just used to live alone and they don't accept other cats. Sometimes you can have kittens who don't like other cats, but for the majority of cats or Persian cats, they don't like to be alone. So have a second one if you cannot provide. That there's always someone of you around to cuddle with and to play with. So that's all you need to consider. Also, about Persian cats, maybe another thing not many people tell you, what's maybe some people will find a little bit gross, is because they have this kind of long fur, but also for not only Persian cats, but all long-haired cats, they can have this struggle, is that they have, let me call my cat. Let's see if she comes. Oh, there she is. Come on, sweetie. So, yeah, you can call them with food. They love food. So, what I wanted to show you is that they have very long fur around their butts. And you need to keep that clean. You need to cut that fur sometimes because if they do their business, sometimes it sticks to the fur at the butt. And you need to clean it, or like I said, just cut it away. So keep that in mind. That can happen, and you sometimes need to clean it. If they get sick, like everyone gets sick, be prepared that it will stick all around their butt, and they will drag it everywhere with their long coat. So keep that in mind. Take care, and make sure you really are ready for this responsibility, and you really are ready to face also that your cat can get sick like anyone else. And let's talk about money. A Persian cat from a responsible breeder is not the cheapest cat to get, so you may have to take a little bit more money into your hand to get your Persian cat from your breeder. Of course, there are like rescue cats, or maybe you can get a Persian cat from a shelter. But usually you need to plan. It depends where you live. Like in Germany, for example, for a Persian cat, you pay around 800 euro. So I heard in America it can be up to 3,000. So really keep that in mind. It's not the cheapest cat. Of course, it depends on the breeder, the color, if they have special papers to the cat, and yes. For food, you should plan around, I would say it's not as expensive. Like I pay maybe between 30 and 50 euro for food and litter every month. So I guess that's okay. To clean your eyes, that lasts me almost a year. So that's about 10 euro a year. And that's really affordable. So of course every pet you have vet costs, usual vet costs. You need to make sure to have checkups with your cat to make sure everything is okay. I would recommend to do that at least once a year, even if you think she's fine, just to make sure that there's nothing going on. So for vet costs, I would say you should plan for vaccination. Also, at first year, you need a lot of that. Or maybe you want a European pass to your cat, and you want to chip your cat, especially if she goes out. So first year, if you get your cat as a kitten, is most expensive. You need to plan around 200 euro for your cat. Every other year, it's not so much. Maybe 50 to 100 euro vet costs a year. Of course, if there's an emergency, if your cat gets sick, it gets more, and that's not really predictable. So altogether, I would say a Persian cat is a wonderful pet. It makes a brilliant addition to any family with kids, to anyone who lives alone in a flat, to everybody. It's a beginner's cat. It's a very friendly cat. If you want a cat you can just pick up and it won't bite or scratch or hiss at you. They are brilliant. They're just the perfect cat breed. They will really, really make you happy for a long time. Negatives, of course, is the grooming, and you really need to make sure that you have the time and you want to put in the effort to clean your cat, to groom your cat, and to take care of it. So that's basically all you need to know about Persian cats. I want to upload a video about how to actually groom your Persian cat, to show you guys how to clean the eyes, how to brush it, and how to get your kitten get used to grooming, like from the start, so you don't have any issues with that when they get older. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it helped you decide if a Persian cat is the cat for you, if you really, or maybe if you consider now to get a Persian cat. So let me know in the comments below if you like that, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon. Bye.